Hello everybody, my name is Mad Muhammad, and everyone keeps asking me, Mahed, where to keep on getting these movies, TV shows, and video games? I checked the trash. With streaming services being the new hot thing, physical media is now what I like to consider dead. So that's why I'm able to find all types of things in my local garbage can. Most of the times, the things that are thrown in here are either really bad or just okay. Like, this is where I got my copy of Hotel Transylvania too. Looks like today is the HBO Family model. You see, HBO keeps on trying to make original cartoons and programming. Most of them fail. The reason why is mostly because HBO isn't designed to do that. HBO is designed to air Rio at 2 a.m. on a Friday night, just like how God intended. Too bad HBO's an atheist. So let's see what they got. Looks like we have Crashbox. This show is well known for being unknown. This show aired around the 90s to the early 2000s with a mix of all types of animation styles, and I'm pretty sure at least one of every single human being on this earth has seen the show once. However, because it usually aired around 6 a.m., people mostly brush it off as a fever dream. Don't worry, I got some images to jog your memory. Next up, we have A Little Curious. This show is even more unknown than Crashbox, which I'm pretty sure is against the law in some countries, but whatever, I won't snitch. This show combined dated CGI to make a pretty alright preschool programming block. And I mean, I find it funny how even the showrunners probably knew that the CGI was awful, because most of the time, it's animated in either claymation, stop motion, or 2D animation. And rightfully so. If you saw this thing coming at you in Hollywood, the first thing you do is give it a hug. Happily Ever After, a fairy tale for every child. This show is interesting because it takes fairy tales and plops them into different cultures / religions. So yeah, Pinocchio but he's black. I live in the best timeline. Hold on, this movie's really deep inside the trash can. It must be either really bad or just really forgotten. The Emperor's newest clothes. It must be some parody about the Emperor's new groove. I should probably go inside so I can watch this train wreck of a movie. So, let's crack open this disc out of its case, and then putting it into my totally real DVD player, and then turning it on with my totally real remote control so we can watch this movie. Oh my god, this movie's deep! The Emperor's Newest Clothes is one of the weirdest movies that I found, not because of the movie itself, but because of everything around the movie. Let me explain. For those who don't know, which is most likely all of you, this movie is based off of an old folk tale called The Emperor's New Clothes. The plot is mostly the same as the movie adaptation with very minor differences, like the child being a girl in the movie while in the original story she is a boy. In 2018 this story was adapted into a movie that I am reviewing today. However, the weird part about this is that I can't find anything about the development of this movie. The most I can find is this interview with the creator talking about how they made 2 songs, but that's it. The movie isn't lost media or anything. You can find it on a bunch of streaming services like HBO Max, so it's not really of a problem to find it. Is the movie bad? No. Personally, I liked it. So why is no one talking about it? I don't know. But first, let's talk about the actual plot of the movie. So the plot is relatively pretty simple. Literally, this quote-unquote movie is only 27 minutes long. The movie is about a tyrant emperor who rules his land with an iron fist. Because of his power, no one dares tells him that something is wrong, even if it is wrong. Example is, if it's raining but he says it's sunny, no one is going to tell him that it's actually raining. He hires 2 phony tailors to make him a suit for the upcoming parade. While waiting for it to come out, he decides to send 2 of his servants to look at it. The first time is his joker, the second time is, I think, his accountant. However, when both of them come in, they see nothing, because the tailors have made nothing. Because they don't want to look like fools, they lie and say that they saw the most beautiful thing in the world, even though there was literally nothing. I should point out in the original folktale that this movie is based off of, the tailors talk about how only smart people and sophisticated people can see the suit, because in their words, it's invisible. It's not, it's fake. However, they also say that fools and idiots cannot see it, which is why the Emperor and the 2 servants talk about how they see something great, even though there's nothing is there, because they don't want to look like fools. However, in this movie, the tailors never say that. The 2 servants are just afraid that they'll get punished if they say that they didn't see anything, so they basically lie, which is weird to me, but whatever. Anyway, ending up, the Emperor goes to the parade with nothing on, and everyone is too scared to tell him, except for a little girl who speaks out the truth, literally singing a song about how he's literally, quote-unquote, illegal. It's a line in the song. And I do find it funny because the narrator talks about how the little girl got put to bed without her milk and cookies, like usual. But in another song, the little girl talks about how she was denied dinner. So okay, we're just gonna skip the fact that her parents sent her child to sleep without any food. The movie ends with this creepy image. Okay, I'm not joking. The movie ends with this creepy image of like the Emperor going insane and putting on a straitjacket. And no joke, that's the last time we see him in this movie. We don't see him any other time except for a part where he is name dropped. And it's kind of creepy thinking about the fact that he's just laying in his castle in a straitjacket. And then the little girl tells us not to lie in case we didn't realize that that was the message of the movie. And that was the Emperor's newest clothes. Like I said before, I thought this movie was a parody of The Emperor's New Groove, but I was more than wrong. I actually found out about this movie because I woke up one day on an early Saturday morning, and while I was waiting for something interesting to happen at 7 a.m., I turned on cable TV. Yes, I am the last person who still uses cable, why'd you ask? Anyway, I turned it on to this movie on HBO. Judging by a few seconds of what I saw of it, I thought it was something on Cartoon Network or Boomerang. To further my proof, there was a shot in this movie where that gave me even more evidence, where it had like a checkerboard type thing. But no, this movie was on HBO. And when I saw that it was 27 minutes, I thought that I tuned into the movie while I was halfway done, since that's how cable works. But no again, this is how long the movie really is. A day later, I went to the recording, because I recorded the movie the day before, and I saw the movie, and I watched it. So, what did I think about this movie? Well, I liked it. I really did like it. I expected it to be like one of those bargain bin movies you see at Walmart ranging for $5, but no. This movie is really good. The musical numbers are great, and the art style, while simple, is really effective. In the interview that I was talking about, the creator talked about how it was to make one of the songs, and how they literally animated it without making any new assets. So they basically either reused some, or took some and combined them. So the entire scene is this really cool pink elephants-like scene, which I really enjoy. If I were to do a nitpick, some of the songs, mainly the ones with like the jokester and the accountant, basically took a base of a song and then added new lyrics. But other than that, this movie is really good, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who would want to watch it, even if I did spoil a bit of the movie. Because even then, it wouldn't take away from all the great animation, all the great music, everything, and I didn't even talk about most of the stuff. It's actually really good. So, now for the big question. Why does no one talk about this, and why does this seem really obscure? My guess is because, like I said before, HBO isn't well known for making movies or TV shows. So despite it coming out in 2018, it fell into obscurity rather fast, or how there was barely any advertising to promote it. Besides one teaser trailer and some interviews, which even then there's only like 2 of them, that's it. And no one knows about it, and I can't let that stand. We need to take action and get more people to know about this movie! So just because a movie is obscure, doesn't mean that it's bad? Well, now I gotta see what other hidden gems I can find in my trash can. I found jam!